Welcome back to the channel. My name is a-bomb. We're back with some Football Manager 2020 and the promotion project, and today you're going to find out who I'm going to be starting this series with. We have signed a deal with our first club. The question is, who have we signed with? So in total, we had 7 job offers. 2 of them I straight up just refused because they were expected to fight against relegation. It would be a while before we can maybe push them towards getting promoted. There was a few which sort of were predicted to finish mid-table, so they didn't really fit in. Falkirk was my first choice, which was going to be going to Scotland. It would have been in League One, it would have been the 3rd tier of Scotland, but unfortunately they went with somebody else. Another option was a Serbian side, but it turns out the country we're in doesn't begin with S, because we're going to Turkey. So there we go, Fatih Kamagumruk, Hire Brown. Fatih Kamagumruk have today confirmed the appointment of Andrew Brown as the club's new manager. There we go, we are starting in Turkey, which I didn't expect. So yes, this team is expecting us to get to the playoffs in our first season, which I think we should be able to do. And in terms of how much they get, compared to the other job offers we had, it was the biggest transfer budget and the biggest wage budget. So it's a no-brainer for me. Apart from Falkirk, this was the only other option which sort of stood out for me. Of the job offers we had, I don't know if I could have delayed them a 3rd time. I think they would have denied that, and I would have had to find another job. And seeing as we're now like in the middle of June, it would have been harder to find jobs because I think less people would be getting sacked. They'd be appointing managers, not sacking them. So we'll go through all the welcome messages. We'll have a good look at sort of what we've been given with this club. I'll look them up a little bit and see exactly how things work in Turkey and the Turkish leagues as well, because it's a league I've never managed in before, much like all the other countries. Because, like I said, this Journeyman is just going to be countries that I've never managed in before. So yeah, we're just going to have a look around the club today, look around the Turkish leagues and see what we're up against. If that interests you, if you're enjoying the series so far, drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, do consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Let's get into it. So we'll start off with the welcome meeting. Now, I don't speak much Turkish. I know a few bits and pieces, like some of the pronunciations, just from having other players like Çağlar who's at Leicester now. But the chairman, Süleyman Herma, welcome to Fatih. I'm just going to call him Fatih, probably. I don't know. To get you acquainted with your new surroundings, you'll receive our introductory welcome pack before going on to finalise the vision and objectives we're to proceed together with. Congratulations, and we wish you the best of luck. So, the stadium, the Vefa Stadyumu, 6,500 capacity, built in 1949. Basic training and youth facilities, limited youth recruitment. It's okay. I don't think we're going to be here that long. I don't know. Hopefully we'll get promotion first season, but 2 or 3 goes maybe. Hopefully no sackings. We'll see how this goes. I think this might be 2 seasons max. Hopefully we can get promotion in that time. But looking at club history, they've won the Turkish First League Group 1 in 1983, the Second League Group 2 in 89, or Group 9, sorry. Second League Group 1 in 04, Third League Group 5 in 02, and Regional Amateur League Group 12 2012. So that's all the trophies they won. Last season they got promoted from the second league. So they're asking quite a lot as a newly promoted side in this division. They just got promoted 2nd place and they want another playoff. So this could end up being back-to-back promotions for the club if I get it first time. So looking at the background then, founded in 1926, Fatih Kamagumruk are a professional Turkish club currently playing in the Turkish First League. They booked their place in the League One by winning promotion last season. The club had their home games at Vefa Stadyumu and possess basic training facilities. We already know this. Basic academy coaching as well. The club is affectionately known as that, which I'm not going to try and say. Your coach and staff have compiled a brief overview of the current squad. They'll provide you with a more comprehensive report in the coming days. So, we've got a striker called Stefan Silva. I'm not sure what sort of attributes we're looking at here, but he's got good ability. Is 3.5-star player, so looks like a solid striker on loan from AIK. We've also got Jiva here. I think that's how you say that. What's he? He's a left back. And again, like pretty good. Couple of players out on loan as well. Çakaloglu and Kutin. Okay, so this is the club vision. So they want us to sign young players for the first team, which I think hopefully we'll be able to do that. 5-year plan, work within the wage budget. I'm usually really good at that. Sign players to sell for a profit. Hopefully we can do that. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over 34. I don't think I'm going to sign anyone over 34 unless we get like a huge player. So this season they're expecting us to at least reach the playoffs, which is quite a tall order considering they've just been promoted. Obviously the chairman expects big things. And we've only got a 1-year deal, so if we don't get that, we might not get a new contract and we might be forced to move. They want us to win promotion by our 3rd season. So, I don't know. Hopefully we can do that. We'll definitely try and do that. And then after that, it's about trying to stay in the top flight. All right, so looking down below, transfer budget £89,000, wage budget 72,375, which we are spending. So we haven't got anything to spend. But hopefully the squad's in a good position that we don't really need to buy anyone, but we'll wait and see. Captain is Arif Morkaya, is a defensive midfielder. I think we're looking at sort of 12, 13s or like decent attributes at the moment. If we can get some 14s and 15s, that would be brilliant. But I mean, these players are like 3.5 stars. That's okay. The vice captain is Barish Bajdash, which is that's a cool name. Again, you've got some 13s and 14s in there. He's centre back, 29 years old. 6'2", he's alright. Key player is Eric Sabo, he's a Slovakian player. Central midfielder, looks like the sort of creative player in the team. 4 stars, again, like 13s and 14s seem to be sort of what we're aiming for in terms of our key players. Hot prospect is Fatih Kuruchuk. He's got a bit of potential about him. He's at 2.5 stars as well, so he can definitely be a player that can do some minutes for us. I don't know if I'm going to do kits for these series or not. I've got badges and I've got name fixes and I've got faces. I don't think I'm going to worry about kits if we're only going to be here for a season or two. So I don't think there's a need to do that. We haven't got any rivals. We're based like in Istanbul, I think, or just outside Istanbul. So we've got no like local rivalries. Poor data analysis. That's not really what I want. Have we got any affiliates? No. Okay, so let's have a look at our team then. So we've got 2 good goalkeepers, so that's okay. We've got Saranov, who's the best one. 31, very experienced. He's got 1 cap for Serbia, so I think he'll be our first choice goalkeeper. But we've got a 3-star player as well. We've got Uze here, sweeper keeper. So he can play, if we're in a tight spot, I'm sure he can play. Got a couple of young ones as well. We've got 3 centre-backs, so 1 more of them wouldn't hurt. We've got Dobrovoljic, who looks pretty good actually. 6 foot, sort of good central defender, 15 heading, decent in the air, so he looks pretty good. That's Kuruchuk, who's the sort of decent youngster, and then we've got Bajdas as well. So 3 centre backs, a 4th would help. We do have a couple of left backs. So we've got Erdogan, who's terrible. Oh my god, get him out of here. How has he got a 5-year contract? He's only a youngster, he's 19. Okay, we aren't going to be using him. Erdem looks good. He's going to need some backup though, so a left back's going to be needed. Oh no, we've got Shiver here as well, so don't worry about that. Why isn't... There we go. I don't know why it wasn't picked like that. All right, now we've got this. So centre backs we've got 3. Could do with 1 more. Left backs we've got 2 good left backs, so that's okay. Right backs we've got 3 again. 1 of them's good. We've got Alternate, so yeah, he will hopefully be okay. And then we've got a couple more in Yildiz and Ortakaya, who 2.5 stars, 30 and 32. So maybe look at maybe not moving them on, but maybe getting someone in and maybe moving them on. Midfield wise, we've got 3 defensive midfielders, 1 of which isn't good. The other 2 are okay. It's quite an old squad, I'm noticing. Lots of players in their 30s. There is some youth in here as well, some like 21, 23, 24, but got a few players over 30. That's okay. So Morkaya, I think, is a captain. And then we've got Uzbek as well. Pehlevan is not going to play. Central midfield, we've got 3. We've got Lawal. Again, looks okay. Sort of playmaker sort of player. Sabo was our key player, I think it said, wasn't it? The Slovak, yeah. And we've got Yildirim, who is more of a defence-minded midfielder. So he looks good. We've got a pretty good midfield. Happy with that. What about wide options? Alibaz, right, is a sort of winger, wide playmaker. Not too bad. Živelek could be better, I think. He's not terrible, but I think we can do better than that. I've also got Yildirim, who's more sort of attack-minded winger. Not too bad. Not a very good passer or crosser. 8's not really very good. So not too much options out wide. So we don't have a central attacking midfielder. What about the left-hand side? The left-hand side looks good. We've got Dari, got a Dutch player here. Doesn't look too bad. We've got Shahin, 3-star player, 31. Pretty quick, not too bad. Good flair as well, a green. It's nice to see a green now and then. Who was the other one? Dari, Shahin, Chelik. Also good. So we've got 3 very strong players on the left. Hopefully they can move over to the right, because the right-hand side does seem to be lacking a little bit. And then we've got strikers. We've got Stefan Silva, the loanee from AIK. 17 flair again, that's nice, bit of Turkish flair, even though it's Swedish. Batdal, target man, 6'5", that could be handy. So maybe a direct style. And then Innocent Emigara, nice name, Swiss. Not too good, so I don't think he'll get too much game time. But I think we've got a good sort of base. I think there's definitely some areas we can improve. So I think we need a backup right back, another centre back, maybe something out wide. But we haven't got too much money and we have no extra wage budget. So that's going to be difficult to do. The pre-season has been set up. So we've got our first friendly against Karşıyaka. And then our season starts against Adanaspor on the 18th of August. So that will be next time. I'm going to try and get through pre-season as quickly as I can and see if we can add some players. We've got no leaders or highly influential players, so that's not good. We can hopefully try and get one of those. Social groups, I don't really look at that too often, to be honest. Alright, so tactic-wise, we've got thumbs up with wing play, route 1 and direct counter-attack. And I think the direct counter-attack might be the way to go. It's very much how I managed the team with Man United, was sort of very similar. So that might be one to go with because it's got a thumbs up. And then route 1's a possibility as well. We've got the target man up top, so that could work. Quick transitions and direct passing. And then wing play, quality crosses into the box, overloads the wide areas. Like, we've got wingers, so that could be an option as well. But I think we'll start with direct counter-attack, see how that goes, and then if it goes horribly, then we can look at one of the other ones. I don't know, probably a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Something, I think probably this. We could also go maybe with a 4-4-2. Because then if we get a target man alongside Silva, that could work. Or even go with a 4-2-4. It might be a bit top heavy, but that could work as well. Or an asymmetric like this. Definitely some options. Quality depth at left back. I thought we had a couple of decent left backs, but apparently not. 90k left in the transfer budget, not room to maneuver there. No wage budget. We're an aggressive team that tend to channel it well. That's good. Mostly good at penalties. Long throws are good. Oh, the squad doesn't look that bad. The squad really doesn't look that bad. Like, depth-wise, I think right back is the only, like, real problem position. I think we've got also, like, full-backs that can cover at centre-back. Have we got anyone in our youth team that we could use? If we have a youth team, that is. Do you know what? There's actually some decent options down here as well. We've got Erat here. Why is there a 26-year-old in our under-19 squad? What's going on? Staff-wise, what have we got here? We haven't got any scouts. And I don't think we're allowed to get one. We can get one director of football and one chief scout. But we've got no wage budget, so that's not any good. We've probably got too many coaches, apparently. So we've got 5, and they're suggesting we only have 3. So we can maybe look at saving some money there. We could get one more physio we're allowed, one head of sports science and one sports scientist. I think a physio, definitely. We don't want to be getting injuries or anything. So we can look at getting 1 or 2 staff members in and shipping maybe a couple out in terms of the coaches. So how does this league work then? Let's go into the league rules and have a look. It looks like there is a playoff system because that's what we're expected to get. We're expected to get to a playoff. So let's see. So the top 2 get automatic promotion to the Super League, and then 3rd to 6th makes the playoffs. There's 18 teams in the season. Bottom 3 go down. Head-to-heads is preferred over goal difference. So getting results against the teams around us is going to be important, not so much goal difference. So it's a pretty simple league system then. There's no like split or anything like that. That's good because it's less complicated, so that's fine. The league's pretty straightforward. Do we have a winter break or anything like that? We do, yes. So we face Adanaspor on 29th of December, and then that's it until the 19th of Jan. So we do have a winter break as well. And there's also quite a long break between end of August and start of September as well. Interesting. I'm not overly disappointed with what we've got here. We might not have too much money to spend, but the squad itself isn't that bad. There's 1 or 2 positions that need work, but overall, it's not a bad squad. It's not a bad team at all. We'll go for a promotion first time. We'll see if we can do it. If not, we'll have a go at a second season if we get a new contract. And then, I don't know, hopefully we'll be open for like a couple of seasons and then we can move on, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, we are starting off in Turkey, which is not really what I was expecting. I really thought we were going to go for the Scotland job, but they never offered it to us. We got the interview with Falkirk, but they decided to go with someone else. So Falkirk decided against us, and we're in Turkey instead, which is probably about as far away from Scotland as you can get staying in Europe, so we couldn't really be much further from Scotland. But next time we are hopefully going to be playing our first match in the league, and we'll have some players to show you, hopefully some new signings, and I don't know, hopefully we'll do well here and see if we can get that first time promotion. But that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, drop a like down below, leave comments, and if you haven't done so already, or if you're new, to consider subscribing and turning on notifications. Next time we are going to hopefully be in our first match of the league with our first club, and we'll be starting our journey towards promotion number 1 in the promotion project. For now, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.